of Paul Revere's ride, well, that's going to be your Republican nominee for president next year. No, that'd be great. Sarah Palin. Your real nominee for president next year on the Republican side, Michelle Bachmann, despite her saying that he was a founding father, John Adams was not John Quincy Adams. He recently blamed wildfires in his home state on illegal immigrants and called for more secure borders and a fence. That's John McCain. And remember when he used to be reasonable on immigration issues? This country has become the center of a public debt crisis in Europe. They recently passed austerity measures. As you may have noticed, that's Greece. And Greece has been called the United States of Europe, which is not good when it comes to public spending. If unification is put on the ballot, it looks like it will be. I think they have enough signatures. But remember, friends, only city residents are going to vote on that because it's just Valdosta giving up their city charter, which forces the county to then provide education. Newt Gingrich, you may not hear me very often say this, but Newt Gingrich correctly observed, insightfully observed, that Paul Ryan's plan is right-wing social engineering and it imposes radical change on Americans. Of course, he was referring to what? Congressman Ryan's plan to basically dismantle Medicare as you know it and convert it into a disastrous voucher-based system. Which, by the way, I think every Republican in the House of Representatives voted for. That needs to be, yeah, and they all voted for it. And then in that special election in New York, just last May, a Democrat was elected in a very conservative district by campaigning against that Ryan plan and campaigning against that Medicare issue. If Congress fails to raise the debt ceiling, I think they will, I hope they will, but some scholars have suggested that President Obama could use the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment addresses public debt of the United States, shall not be questioned. Given that it's a weak field of Republican presidential candidates, he is toying with a run for president. Folks, this is a true story. He has tattooed his cowboy boots. One cowboy boot is called Freedom. His other cowboy boot is called Liberty. He is your current governor of Texas. He's been elected or re-elected 3 times. Rick Perry. So if Rick Perry jumps in, that might be interesting to watch. He has gorgeous hair. I say this because his hair is gorgeous. Finally, we've been talking a lot about debt ceilings and the debate in Washington, D.C., but the Minnesota state government has been shut down since Friday of last week. So to break the ties, I have my 2 bonus questions. As you may know, Georgia picked up 1 more seat in the United States House of Representatives, giving us a grand total of 14. So Georgia will have 14 seats in the House. And then as of today, although the national debt clock is rolling every minute that I talk, but another way to get this final question was that the debt ceiling right now is $14.3 trillion, and that's what Obama is debating with congressional leadership. Actually, our overall national debt right now is actually a little bit above $14.3 trillion. It's about $14.349 trillion as of this afternoon. But the way the government calculates it, it's at about $14.298 trillion right now to try to get to that early August deadline. Folks, I only wish my undergraduate introduction to political science students